Yeah, as I'm sure you can see from the title below, this is not going to be a fun video. So let's get this over with. So hey there folks, my name is Daizoren and welcome to another edition of MonDaiz. And it's some Mondays that I have been dreading having to make, and I was hoping I would never have to make a video like this. But unfortunately, due to circumstances beyond my control, it is time to talk about the channel and everything going on with YouTube partnerships. So I've been partnered with Curse since about 2014, I believe. And early on, the income that I got from YouTube was enough to sustain the channel, and it was a decent amount of money to basically put back into the channel and pay for the next game I was going to play, or pay for, you know, maybe a slight upgrade here and there. And most of the time that was all I needed to do. Over time, due to different changes in the ad policies, changes in YouTube in general, unfortunately that no longer works. I forgot to turn my light on. Hang on. There, that's better. So anyway, as I'm sure a lot of people have been seeing, Curse has been letting go of a lot of partners because of the new YouTube policies that require YouTubers to get a certain amount of views per month and have a certain amount of subscribers. If I remember correctly, my subscriber count is fine. It's the viewer count that does not meet the requirements anymore. So as of now, or as of the 20th of this month, I will no longer be a YouTube partner, which means I can no longer make money off of my YouTube videos. Monetization is out the window. So what does that mean for the channel? Well, it means things are going to change a little bit, and I hate to say that because I know it's not fun, but here is how things have been changing. So ever since I started the Patreon, I have a couple of people on there who have been helping support the channel, and honestly the money that I get from Patreon has been more than I get from YouTube. And actually it's about what I used to make to sustain the channel. You know, my last YouTube paycheck was like $1 and some cents, and that was about it. Whereas with Patreon, I'm now getting at least enough to, again, buy the next game for the next playthrough or something along those lines. Now, because of what's happening, I need to shift my focus a little bit, and that means shifting it over to Patreon more. And before any of you get really upset that you're not going to see content anymore, that's not the case. Streams are still going to be happening on the channel. We're still going to be doing everything that we were doing before. Things are just going to be a little bit differently focused. So I have a tentative schedule of how I'm going to try to make things work. And again, this could change too, but for now, the idea is Mondays and Wednesdays will be stream days. Those will still remain days for streaming and all that stuff. Every other Friday will be a streaming day because every other Friday I have my daughter, so the Fridays that I don't have her will be stream days. Whether or not I stream on days that I do have her, I'm still figuring out. She does go to bed relatively early, but at the same time I don't want to have to wake her up, or I don't want to accidentally wake her up while I'm recording or while I'm streaming or something, so I haven't still tried that yet. But it's in the realm of possibility that every Friday will be a stream day. So Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, still, for you guys, streams, no problem. Tuesdays and Thursdays are, as of right now, off the table because Tuesdays are the days that I have my daughter, and Thursdays are the days that my dog has his training. So those days are kind of off the table. I can't do those. Saturdays and Sundays. So these days are going to be kind of shifting around while I try to figure things out. So Saturdays and Sundays might be days for streaming. Saturdays and Sundays might be days for me to record Patreon exclusives. They might be Patreon exclusive streams. I'm still figuring that out. So that's kind of where I'm at as far as a tentative schedule. Now, the other thing I want to address is that people are going to make the argument And I understand the argument completely that, I'm not doing this for the money. And that's true. I'm not. But you also have to remember and think about how this channel has changed and how my life has changed. When I started this channel in 2013, I was still living with my parents at home. I was working a part-time job where I got maybe 20 hours a week at best. And I think I just gotten out of, I was out of college, so I wasn't going to school, but I was working a part-time job, and I had plenty of time to do YouTube videos, and it wasn't a big deal if I didn't make any money. Now, I'm a dad, I have a dog, I have a house, I'm working a full-time job. There's a lot of new factors that make it a lot more difficult to keep this going if there's very little return. And I don't want to say that in the sense of I need to get paid to keep doing this. That's not what I mean. What I mean is it needs to remain sustainable. And for it to remain sustainable means I need to shift my focus to the people who are helping keep it sustainable. And those are the people over on Patreon. So, would I like to make more money doing this? Of course. Who wouldn't? I mean, nobody's going to complain about getting paid more for doing this. Nobody. If it stayed where it's at right now, that's fine. Because it's at a level that it's, well, relatively sustainable. It's starting to get a little more difficult now, but it is relatively sustainable. So, I guess it sucks. I know. Change can suck sometimes, especially a change like this where it seems like a dick move, and I hate that I had to make this video. I hate that I have to do this, and I don't want to. I really don't. But it's out of my hands. It's that YouTube changed their policy. They forced the hands of the MCNs. The MCNs had to force their hand on the small creators, the people like us who just don't get enough views, that don't get enough exposure to warrant the partnership. And so because of that, we have to shift and force our hands back on you guys, and it sucks that we have to do it that way, but that is unfortunately how things work sometimes, and I wish it wasn't the case, but it is. So if you want to be a part of the patrons over on Patreon, you guys know I appreciate it, and it means so much to me that you guys would even be willing to do it. But also, don't ever feel like I'm pressuring you to do it. It is completely and utterly your choice and up to you. I would never force any of you to do that kind of stuff. I would never ever say I am going Patreon only and you guys are gonna get nothing unless you're part of Patreon. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not that cold-hearted. I'm not going to do that. But I definitely am going to be shifting my focus more towards Patreon while keeping things here on YouTube free. So I've always loved that about the platform. I love that YouTube allows for free videos on a daily basis from multiple creators. And I would love for it to stay that way. But at the same time, YouTube is a business. They have to make money. I get it. So we're gonna have to shift our focus a bit. But yeah, over on Patreon, I'm definitely gonna be focusing more on doing Patreon exclusive playthroughs, Patreon exclusive streams, and I'm also gonna start working on my music and my art over there. So if you guys want to be part of that, you are more than welcome to head on over there and check it out. Again, not forcing you to do it, not demanding it of you, not saying that you'll get nothing, because you guys will still get streams Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays for sure. Every other Friday, of course. And so you can expect 2 to 3 streams a week and occasional vlogs and videos. And I will say that with Patreon exclusive videos and playthroughs, they will eventually come out on the channel. I just don't know when. I don't know if they're going to be months from now, a year from now. I'm still figuring that out. We just went through and played all of Crash Bandicoot. Right now I'm going through and I actually finished recording Overblood, which is a PlayStation 1 survival horror game. I'm probably going to be checking out Fazbear Pizzeria Simulator for Patreon. And yeah, it's more about the games that I'm very interested in checking out and the games that I'm excited for. Those are the games that I'm going to be focusing on with Patreon. So if you guys want to see the stuff that excites me and interests me, that's definitely the way to go about doing it. So, but yeah, I'm sorry guys. I don't mean to force this on you guys, and I don't want to force it on you, but it's kind of been forced on me, and it means that things need to change, and it sucks. So yeah, so that's the stream, or not the stream, that's the video for today, and a little bit of a sad video, and it sucks that I'm losing the partnership, but at the same time I wasn't making a lot of money off of YouTube anyway, so it's the logical step that I need to make. So let me know if you guys have any ideas on things to maybe make things a little bit better. If you guys have any ideas on what I can do, if you guys have any suggestions, advice, you know I'm open to listening to any of them. So, and if you disagree with this choice, that's fine too. Feel free to express your rage and anger and disgust towards me. I don't care. There's nothing wrong with a little civil discourse. Nothing at all. So yeah, so that's going to do it for the vlog for this episode of MonDaiz. And yeah, so hopefully I'll see you guys over on Patreon if you're not already over there. If you are, thank you so much for being a part of it. You guys, like I've always said at the end of videos, well, like I've said for a while now at the end of my videos, you guys are what make this channel happen. And Patreon is now the way to make that happen. So that's just how it has to be, I guess. So thank you all so much for watching. You guys are what make this channel happen, and I thank you very much for that. And I will catch you in the next video.